Hello everybody, how you doing today? Hello are you a market maker? So, let's put a bit of calmer music, maybe. Not too loud, so you can hear me better than the music. Okay, all good, live. Hi Jenny. You wish. Okay, so tell me, how do you feel today? You think we're going to bounce off support again, or is it the day we breaking down? I wish I will have the answer myself. I'll try to see what is the most likely. Jenny, you're hoping we're going down finally? Well, of course. I've been looking for more down since beginning of June. For sure, if you have been following my account, you may be wanting to see more down as well. This range I've been giving nice trade nonetheless. It's surely have been a pain in the ass for AUTicians and of course breakout traders and stuff like this, but yeah, basically we have been ranging up and down, so shorting resistance and longing support have been paying off nicely. Of course, as I have still a slight bearish bias here in this range personally, I've been taking more profit on the long side and keeping each time a bit more of the short open in case it was going to break down. We had several counts suggesting it could have, especially here. We are seeing quite absorption, yes, it's true. That's why we can't know for sure. It could bounce just here, go up again and reject or break up. It could take the liquidity below here and still bounce back. It could break down and still bounce back, or make a lower low. We'll see what looks the most likely. Nonetheless, if you're not in the crew and just watching the public live stream, you may remember last week I suggested a short here and here. When was that? Last week, the 3rd. No, we were already here. No, I was suggesting one more here in the POC. And I say if we take this high, well, it's likely we're going to go to the next one. Well, that was the second entry for shorts that I took to profit at support, firstly on the POC, in fact. As always, it's a good, nice partial take profit. If you take your fib when you see you're reaching golden pocket, confluence of golden pocket and important point of control, it's always a good take profit, especially if you're able to short close to the high. So depending where you're in validation, if you're not so sure, you might have kept your invalidation here, so it's not big, but if you're able to short more closely to the high, you have a really nice trade already just by doing this. So yeah, of course, important take profit here. And longed back here, not based on the Elliott Wave count, but just based on the order flow, and was just looking for this move, and we went a lot higher. Anyway, not here to talk about the past trade. We are here to talk about the current chart and what trade we could plan next. Not so sure I will be able to give it a confident trade here, but at least we'll try to see what path we could expect for a range, for a ranging market, for a breakdown, or for a breakup. And I pulled this almost empty chart here. And we do that. I'm not starting with the Elliott Wave for now. Just to look at the chart simply based on the structure, on the volume profile, because the count is unclear, and I think sometimes it's more important to focus on on the structure. I feel the sound is a bit loud here. Okay. And so firstly, well, we had our first range here, consolidation with a spring and a trust above, but basically we have a strong range here, even here, before making a significant deviation above the high, and now we are in another range that is still the same range overall, but you see it's another range because we have a higher support that is playing right now. And so we can zoom in a bit. And yeah, I think I'm going to talk a bit still about the past trade, because there's just a simple thing that I've been doing. Where is the... Yeah, okay. Really, I'm unsure. Where is that? Yeah. Yes, sometimes you can see that there is really very simple stuff we can use in technical analysis that work very nicely. So it doesn't necessarily give you a lot of precision, but if you can mix these simple things with a bit of order flow analysis to be more precise. I'll just have to zoom in a bit more because each time we have a range. So if you just play the range like you play the bigger one by shorting resistance and longing support, you can do the same on a smaller time frame with so tighter invalidation and less risk. So, but it helps you position more precisely. Of course, yeah, it is a lot more easy when you are able to read order flow and use Excel chart, which the crew already know, of course, because it is the main things we learn there. By the way, yeah, okay, I'm finishing this and I'm doing a bit of advertisement after. So just looking at RSI here, when we are reaching overbought on a 1 hour, overbought or oversold, in fact, you see it become really easy to play this, because price action tend to follow this, come from oversold to overbought to oversold to overbought, and here oversold happened at the top, well, happened before the break, but we had a bearish divergence here and a very nice one between these two highs, and we rejected from what? From the 200 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So here it's a 1-hour chart, but I just set the indicator on the 4-hour, right? So a confluence of overbought RSI, divergence on 1 hour, and this moving average. So like the two first things you may learn when you start trading, it's like moving average and RSI. And you see it gives you a nice trade until you reach oversold, and here you have a nice divergence again on a 1 hour from oversold, reaching again the same moving average in overbought, with in fact a bearish divergence again. Give you a nice trade to the oversold. We reach overbought again, and right now we are reaching oversold. So the question here: do we bounce here, or do we break down? Because sometimes it's it becomes a bit of a show of strength if we are able to continue price advancement after a reach over one of the extreme, like we did here. So for me, my two preferred time frame for this is just the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I mean, I use the same thing. You can apply the same thing on the 15 minute and 5 minute as well, if you trade lower time frame and more daily range. In fact, for example, if you play the little range here, you'll see it do the same on a 15 minute. But here you get a bit less trap on a 4 hour. And really, when you reach overbought on a 4 hour RSI and you are in a downtrend, usually it's your sign you should be looking for short rather than anything else. So especially following the trend, it depends how is the trend. Is the trend down? Is the trend sideways? Now it's starting to be more sideways and down, but you see here again a moving average, very simple. Each time we reach overbought here on the 4 hour, it was very important swing tops. And quite the same thing on the oversold. So yeah, anyway, what I wanted to share, simple stuff. What made me enter short again here, because I was pretty surprised by the strength of this move. So I wasn't sure, but I say, okay, my invalidation is here, so based on my Elliott Wave count, so I'm at resistance, I got overbought. Okay, let's give it a short again, compound it again. And if I get stopped, I get stopped. It play out several times, so it's okay. Now looking at this range based on Wyckoff structure, thing. We could label this, that help us maybe find a bias, even if it's going to be complicated here, honestly. Excuse me. Ascension. Am I planning to long this? Well, I'm long from the low right now. I've been scalping a bit here, not necessarily looking for a move up to the range, but you know, when we catch liquidity enough, I made several. Not this one, that was on the night here. Yesterday here on this one, the short here. Yesterday morning as well on doing the live. This morning I made another short inside, and I played the swing fire pattern. That was quite an heavy move and erratic move we had during the CPI announcement. But it was going so much up and down that, yeah, I've been just scalping and taking profit quickly, getting stop on the rest. Each time keeping like half my position open in case it was going to do something like this, for example. Go back to value area high. Because simply for now we are value area low, so it makes sense to look for long. It definitely more sensible to look for long than short here. That's for sure. So yeah, I feel that it's a bit iffy because we didn't took the low. We didn't made a swing fire pattern of the previous one here. Could make a double bottom. I don't really have a nice count for this move, so when I'm liking a count, it's more complicated for me to really be aggressive on the long. I'm more aggressive on the take profit. Really, yeah, really taking my position based on the order flow, which looks like we're gonna start hard again on this one, slightly. So if we do a swing for a pattern of this low again, which will happen like right now, maybe I try to take one again, or in this area maybe. But honestly, I don't really mind missing it. If I'm busy or I cannot just be glued to Exo chart and I miss the bottom, I mean, nothing bad. There is a nice reaction. Okay, we see there is the full data. Then I wait for the retrace and I base my position based on the retest, and maybe then I go for a long that go wherever it want to go. So here it's a bit knife catching, trying to catch this, and it seems to be heavy. We have an increase of supply pressure. We have a lot of aggressive shots, a lot of aggressive long, a lot of open interest opening at the bottom. So I'm sure you got two possibilities for this. Either the bull gonna win the battle and squeeze all these shorts, aggressive shorts, or the bear gonna win this battle and make the breakdown, and at some point the long gonna get stopped out and it's gonna flush pretty quickly. It's not super clean. For example, on this low, not sure I took this one, but it was a position to be taken here later after consolidation. You got a bit more data, as well as here I took the position here after the retest, so I would probably do the same. Now, considering the amount of short there is right now, it's not impossible that the move is way stronger, but if I got to get in higher, I will. Now on the look of the volume here, as I said, we have an increase in supply pressure. At the same time, we don't have a lot more effect. There is absorption. We see this volume, for example, these two, the highest volume, made a move of take the open to the close, 2% down, while this one made 1%. and it is less than half. And if we take this move, 1% 50. So there is absorption. Now it's a question of will they capitulate or not. So we have usually we look at volume like this. We try to see the trend. Is there is an acceleration and an increase in supply or in demand that follows the trend, and so if there's more and more volume, and is the candle spread growing as well. Here the issue is that we have indeed growing volume. We have a spike at the bottom, but there is no really trend. There is up and downs. Now volume seems to be well spread, mostly in the lower part rather than the top. There's strong rejection each time at the top that get quicker and quicker. So we have a really similar structure than what we had during that time, when we had a strong move ups, really quick, squeezing shorts, and you can make this on a higher time frame because it's similar but on a higher time frame. So squeezing the late seller, and each time retracing quite heavily as well. We made this like 3 times. Here we go, we are breaking down. Yeah, we have inefficiency here. Get this live. Reaching the 90%. Capitulating. Wait a bit still. There's no... Yeah, we have finished auction at the low for now, but it seems to be absorption a bit. It's a knife catch here. Cannot really scalp this live here because still heavy. Let's go for a little bit of long with still a wide stop below 28.6. Small position. Allowing this because I have a nice short as well. Take a bit more risk here. We got all the long from June 10 that have been liquidated or stopped out here. It seems we still have more open interest open, so maybe not. Yeah, the short didn't took all profit. The question when you see a flush like this, if you see a really big flush in open interest, meaning that the aggressive longs that are winning, that are pushing price, the aggressive short, I mean, if they are closing when long are capitulating, that's a good sign. There was targeting this liquidity. Now there is not this much flush of open interest. It's significant, but not as much as what have been built in this range. So yeah, we're just retesting previous range for now. So yeah, what I was saying that I don't really have a nice count that make me think, okay, we may have our bottom here. Because what we have 5 waves down here, 3 waves up here in between. So potentially here we have A, B, C, this move flat with a weird 3 move, but still okay. But which means best case I could see is an A, B, C, but I can't really count 5 waves in this move down here. It's too much. Yeah, erratic. So there's not much strength in this. No, I think it's gonna fail here. Can I exit this at break even or less and wait for a bit more action? I'm not confident about this at all. I take a bit of close a bit of short. Yeah, let's continue on the analysis. Meanwhile, I decide what it does. What was I saying? So supply. So we're saying here we have a bit less supply on this move down right now, and we have bullish divergence locally. But we are not right now. A strong long is really if we can recover the value low. Only. And this can become where we are right now, either a show of weakness or a spring indeed, if we do recover strongly. Now there is a what count that could make the charm here, but yeah, sorry, I'm not used to, was not so necessarily expecting so the volatility when I was live here. So yeah, on the structure like this, we have a lower low here, lower low here. We have our big volume after the reversal here, so we have our distributional range at the top, obviously, buying climax, the shakeout where we got the big volume, automatic reaction, which is the first reaction that reverses the trend again, and that it is in fact like a short squeeze of the late shorts, and it's also helped by the shorts from the top that are taking profit and making price rise. Then you have your secondary test that retests the area of the selling climax. As it made a lower low, usually it says that the next test might be a lower low again. But then we have a strong move up before going into either an uptrust or a show of strength, depending if we are going to reverse here and break up. It would be a show of strength, either it's just an uptrust that retests the buying climax, as the automatic reaction retests only the preliminary supply. And then this become a show of weakness or a secondary test in phase B. Going again for an uptrust, which is not a show of strength because, well, we have a bearish market structure because we have a lower low and a lower high. That could become a creek. Now we could see still, even if this is a show of weakness, we might still see a bounce here. Sorry, I got something in my... not good to retest the POC. Or what kind of trend line, maybe a higher time frame. It doesn't necessarily have if the supply is really heavy and decide to break down on this. This is a bit high, but yeah, we may have a retest of the POC from this that will make an LPS 5 protocol. UTAD is still here, but I'm not really feeling it based on the count we could have. What are you saying in the comment? 28.6, 28.8. Yeah, that's the area of interest. And SPOC 28.7. Okay, trying to knife catch. If we print a show of weakness, where do you see it bounce to the POC? So just answer this. Usually when we have a cleaner range, we have some kind of trend line support that we can read. Even this one is not so clean because we have up and down, but you see we have a support here, support. When you retest the resistance, that's often where we bounce to. Be the same thing here. And here if we zoom in again. Now we don't really have a nice trend line here because of these moves and stuff. And this price action could say we are going down right away, in fact. But point of control will be very important, that's for sure, if we do get a bounce. Is it your internet connection or mine? He's saying, Michael. I think it's yours because today it is excellent. I made a speed test before going live and it was really good. And yeah, YouTube saying everything's good. We have a bit of positivity, but maybe if we take the low again, I doubt it's recover right away. Could be wrong. I'm not feeling this really nice. And so the count that we have, do I start with the time frame, higher time frame? So that's what I was talking about here. We have an ABC move, and here I made it ABC flat. What makes the most sense to me. We still have 5 waves down here. So when you get to clear 5 waves like this, it cannot be the end of a corrective move. So we have to do at least another 5 waves. Then we have to be able to count 5 waves in this. Unless we have a flat here now. So yeah, here I pulled line saying we might be maybe in 1, 2, 3. If really we're staying in the range and we are seeing a stronger bounce than it could be expected, could be doing a leading diagonal like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, it means that we have a wave 1, a wave 2, and we are entering wave 3, or wave A, B, and C. That's why, by the way, this would be in theory taken from this, but it's aligned with my order block. I prefer to take it from the dominant pivot here. This is the only bullish count I can see. Bullish quote. ABC. I still need to find 5 waves to be able to count in this last one. It cannot be, because we could maybe read a 3 wave move. As the first one was 5 waves, it's not WXY, it is an ABC. The C should be 5 waves. So if I'm coming back here and taking a look at what I've been looking at recently, I've been focusing on this range, of course, because it was the range today. And yesterday I had a possibility of a flat here, that's why I went long here, up here, and here again. Because there was a possibility that we made a wave A, B, and we're going to the C for C. So potentially a 1, 2, so there was a long here to be taken. But now it's invalidated. And what count do I have left is the 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, or maybe we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. That could work. So if I'm doing this, Where am I? 1, 2. So yeah, no, not a 1 here, a 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially. Let me make the count clear here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which potentially mean 1, 2, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of higher degree. Still like that. If we look for the target, potential was 3 here. Yeah, so again, 1, 2, 3 targeting the 261.8, the 5 of the sub count. Well, it could make sense. And you see, based on this, I will not. What am I? Stupid. I'm not. I will not expect much bounce because, well, the invalidation for wave 4 here is the bottom of wave 1. Assuming that we are doing. Yeah, maybe this 3, 4, 5. Then the invalidation for the next 1, 2, 3 will be the top of 1. But still give room to bounce, but not so much toward the POC. Unless we extended it again. One thing is sure is if we reclaim this POC, so if we go above this swing high in particular, we invalidate the bearish count here. Invalidation is still far, far away now. Well, still from today, but yeah, it's far away. Do you think BTC will revisit the wick at 25,500? Yes, I do. I believe it will break it at some point. I believe we didn't find our low yet. I strongly believe this. In fact, here I'm looking at potential counts, but even for the what I say bullish count locally, for me the most bullish scenario mid-term says that we could bounce either here, either a bit lower, not breaking the low, but in that case I would not expect much more than 34k before breaking it. I would like to go on the time frame account here to explain this. I'd just like to find a way to deal with this price action on the lower time frame. And so yeah, I started with the move that we had here. I'm starting with this pivot because here I know we have something corrective. And I know this was still an ABC here, potentially. And this could still have been an actionary wave, so there was still a possibility that we were going up after retracing, as long as we kept that low. Based on what count? No. No, I was just looking for a retest potentially. Sorry, I'm getting confusing here. But you see the problem here when you're a logician. How do you count this mess? You have just 3 move down that are clear. 3 move is not complete, but now that we made a low low, we know it is not a corrective. It is actionary. So we'll have to ignore a bit the 15 minutes until it gives more clearness. Or just focus on the 1 hour. Sometimes that's the best to do. That's why I said, yeah, it's still potential long area because I take my fib and we are going to the 1-1 extension. Okay, right, if I take this here, could go a bit lower. Make more sense like this, by the way. Yeah, no, anyway. Let's continue. I will talk about the higher time frame. We'll see what happens. For now, for me, it's not looking good. So that's it. This looking. I would prefer to miss the low and buy the retest. So higher time frame. I'm not doing this in the order. But anyway, we had price action. I have 2 main counts that I'm looking at. It's looking good for the short journey, yeah. I'm holding it for now. So there is a potential for ending diagonal here. On a high time frame, I'm looking for this as a corrective move. We're looking to go to 200k. I talked about it times and times, so I'm not going to talk about a very high time frame today. We are just looking to finish to finish this move from the all-time high. I want to find a count. It could be an ABC, a WXY, a WXYZ, or a 5 waves here. In that case, because I believe we have a flat, so if it's a flat in an ABC, we need 5 waves. Here, suggesting an ending diagonal. Okay, thank you. Ending diagonal. For this to play, we should have wave 4 that overlap wave 1. At the same time, I'm saying this, but I've been saying this a lot. But nothing forbid to play a 5th wave without overlapping 1. It's just, it will not be an ending diagonal. It will be a standard impulse move, as long as wave 3 is not the smallest, and as long as we can subdivide each actionary wave in 5 waves, which is the case here. We can subdivide it both ways, in 5 or in zigzag. But if it is ending diagonal and we are indeed going to see a move up towards 34k, for example, 34, 35, we have a corrective move that is definitely done here, and we might still be in some kind of corrective move internally, doing this orange stuff, simply. We'll have to be able to read some kind of zigzag or WXY where we have trouble to count currently. Knowing that, if I'm zooming in a bit, the only clear thing we have is this top to this bottom, to this potentially, and the target we expect for wave C is contained between the 1-1 extension and the 161.8, so it gives us room here for more recapitulation. And we have a few levels of interest. For example, the 4-hour here. It's a bit in the middle, but it's okay. It's below this low, so we have nice liquidity potentially. It could be a really trappy count, I say, if we find support here and go for the high again. That's one of the possibilities. On this time frame, the other main one is the WXY. So same idea of flats, but as a WXY, and then with an ABC for the Y, with potentially a low, 24 or even lower. The ending diagonal have a better chance of getting toward our lower target around 20,800. Still, both are still possible. Yeah, we have the 1-1 extension for the wave C that we're looking at. Now, if that's the case, we need to be able to count 5 waves to finish. No, that's not the right one. That's the one. To count 5 waves here for the C. So potentially we are starting a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and we are in a wave 3 and we are going lower. Whatever the count here, by the way, either we have a 1-2, 3, we're in a major 4 and we're going for the 5th, the final move down. Either we are in this option and we are in a smaller degree wave 4 that we finished here. We're going for the 5th. That could allow us to stay in that range longer before doing a spring, which will mean we have still our selling climax here. Well, automatic reaction, secondary test. This will become a secondary test in phase B. We could come up for an uptrust, trap a bit more, and finally do a spring somewhere into the summer for the 5th wave. Kind of a scenario I like as well. Could be quite trappy. I mean, it could be quite trappy. There's a lot of people looking at this, but if we are able to, I would like to see, you know, this kind of structure where we locally we have a change of market structure. So if it fails, we're still down, then we do again a change of market structure to trap again people. We could retrace a bit higher, by the way, still. And then have a slow downtrend, highs for the 5th before the final move that make us clear. It's all in the market structure, being able to break it on each side to make balance, because for now we are still in a downtrend overall. Even if locally we have sideways, we're still in a downtrend. So if we can change this market structure and still fail again on a larger time frame, just like we change the market structure and potentially going to fail, it traps a lot of people. But at the same time, it gives you insights that there is likely a reversal in process. This last one is your favorite. Well, it's like mine. Then can only hope and play accordingly. At least we know. I know, I'm convinced that for me, most of the counts that I'm seeing legit are going to break that low And when we break that low, it will be a golden buy opportunity, whatever the count is. Because even if it is not the last leg down, we still have a potential for, you know, for 30% move. So it's still a good trade for this. And you take profit. And in case it was the last move down, in case it was the fifth, should make it the same color. It didn't. Yeah, let me do that right now. It's gonna be clearer. And in case it was the last move, then position at the low. Even if it is the last move, it doesn't mean we're going right away. Could still go for a bit of consolidation, just potentially making a higher low instead of making a fifth. Because the structure should take a bit of time for a reversal, especially as we failed here. That was the possibility that we had for all of this to just be a small deviation, like a spring of the range. If we did recover from here or from here right away, then it was really more strong. Now that we confirm strong resistance at the weekly, well, we could go over under, but it gives more credit to the idea that we need more consolidation. Should take consolidation similar to the time it takes here and here, I believe, or here. That was quicker, that's one as well, but yeah, I believe this range is more like a range. So now we are still half the time of this, I believe. Yeah. Compared to this one. Yeah, just half of the time. And you know, it makes sense to bottom during summer or at the end of the summer because there is less people active in trading, of course. People take holidays, vacation. And especially retail. Not especially retail, but anybody. So, I mean, usually you have low liquidity during summer, and that's where you can just trigger all the stops that remain, all the liquidation, and finish build your position if you are a big player and looking to grab that last part, that last little liquidity that is left. As this sounds is a bit like a meditation session. Yes, that's the goal. I would not say that's what I'm listening all the time, but yeah, sometimes. At least when I do lives. And if I'm stressed or whatever, I want a bit of or studying, and I want a bit of background music without lyrics so I can keep focus. And yeah, I got a few playlists that are really meditation-like or massage spa stuff. And I believe it's important to remain calm and focused while trading and charting. Even if I like to listen to good, electro music or a lot of different kind of music. In fact, I try to not listen to this kind of music when I work because it doesn't set my brain in the right mindset. So, yeah, what am I forgetting? Yeah, we're going to talk about a few other things. Let me do a break quickly on this, just to talk about what we have, the WSOT contest. It is going right now. Oh, I was going to say there is an affiliate link in the description of this video if you trade on Bybit or want to trade on Bybit and you want to support me. But at the same time, so the affiliate link in the description is for me, to me. You have, of course, a reward for it. There is zero fee for limit orders currently, and extra stuff when you first deposit. But there is also the competition on Bybit, the WSOT, where is here it is. So if you go on Turo's Discord, there is also a link to be part of the team of Turos. And if you are not part of the private group yet, you can, well, you need to do a Bybit account with the affiliate link of Turos Crypto, and you can register to the competition, and you will get access for 2 weeks inside the crew, inside the private section of Turos Crypto, so for free. So you need to open an account with the affiliate link, join the Turos team, deposit 500 USDT minimum, and trade with it. And so in this competition, it's a team and a solo competition, so there is prize for the team that do the best P&L and for the best traders overall. So yeah, just if you never came into the crew, that might be a good occasion. Indeed. But let's keep going until rest. Arnold, zero fee on limit orders always. No, it's only a month, I think, the operation. But there is a discount that come sometimes. They do operation sometimes, and if you have an account made with the link, well, you will have the reduction each time they do the operations. So yeah, I wanted to take a look at what's happening here. I mean, there's consolidation here, but I feel like we need at least one last flush. At least. And again, say I'm not finding any cap. Overall, Bybit, Bitfinex I've been buying. Mr. Fry is longing, CUS 34, okay. 34, okay. Okay. What's happening here? Bitfinex is still green. It's not a huge volume. I didn't saw them selling all the supply they have prepared. It seems they are still supporting the market overall, but I will see this as a long-term accumulation in the idea that we are building a reversal that can take weeks and months. So not necessarily, doesn't mean we can break 25k with this. What in my opinion right now, and also weekend coming up. Is that question for Mr. Fry or for me? Mr. Fry is looking for a pump to 34k until June 15. So just starting this weekend to next week and do the big squeeze. I mean, it's definitely not impossible, considering we potentially are making an ABC or a WXY here. We need some kind of zigzag like this. Personally, I will kind of I'm not sure. 1, 2. Let me take a look again. On the 15 minutes, on a 5 minutes. Unless we have an ABC here, but that still doesn't make sense. How can we finish this? So we have surely a move here, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe if this is longer than the first one. Yes. It seems a bit excessive. Well, at least a 1, 2 here. 3, 4, 5. And then let me think. If we have 1, 2, 2, 3, that overlap. So we cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. This necessarily have to be extended, because this move overlap here, and well, not this one, but 3, 4. Doesn't have the shape of anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really unreadable. If we 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, but in that case it says that we are going to accelerate early. Based on the 5 minutes, that's the only thing I can see. We have pull div locally, we have lower volume spike. Oversold minute. We don't have bull div on 30 minutes. Oversold 1 hour indeed. Oversold. Not quite oversold on the 4 hour. So again, you see, yeah, I'm gonna end on this. It will be my stance. Let me go back to this chart. For me, crucial resistance remains a POC here, and well, we'll say this swing high. really, if we could be doing a 1-2, that's what I want to say, and still continue a very bearish structure. Will change the market structure, in fact. But for me, yeah, I will keep this bearish bias until we reach 4-hour oversold, which could be quite quick, in fact. So maybe while reaching, if we continue down, indeed. And I can finally find accounts. Maybe you can find account. I mean, you have been many to study Elliott Wave, so if you're able to find accounts that on this, I'll be glad to read it. When I'm not able to find account, you know, that's what I show you. I start where I can find something clear, like here, corrective, and I start counting from here. Then I try to see if it makes sense. Anyway, I keep going. So either this 4-hour oversold and reaching that level, maybe I will change my bias, or if we are indeed bouncing strongly here, so even if we are bouncing to the POC, which I believe will still be resistance, but then we are doing something like this a bit. Yeah, if I can read 5 waves or leading diagonal, maybe I will look for to buy retests, especially if we have some kind of div. Let's see. Maybe we stay like this and we keep going, and RSI start to do a higher low. So I would want to see a 4-hour oversold or a bull div on a 1 hour. Or if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Well, what can I say? For sure, I'm a bit in between, knowing that sometimes it's a moment where things that are the most unclear, that I mean, that's where it's gonna reverse and let us behind. But I want to see at least a bit of strength, and maybe a buy a retest. If I see a bit of strength, so usually coming from such things, we will see likely a leading diagonal, so contracting price action. And maybe we'll have just a shallow retrace to the 382, something like this. So I will trade based on the lower time frame and enter with tighter stop, not necessarily just longing here and keeping my stop below. I will know that if I read either 5 waves like this in a leading, or even 5 waves here already, try to enter. Yeah, I know that most might be looking for long as we keep this low intact. More aggressively, yeah, if I can read 5 waves already on a 15 minutes, because you know there is a potential that retrace toward here. It will not go in one way, so it will likely be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, or wave ABC if we are still going down, 1, 2, and if we are going really up, we'll do a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and gonna accelerate. I want to see at least this change of market structure. And there is 2 ways to know to look for a reversal. So either clear again, clear 5 waves with growing volume, increasing volume, showing that there is interest in this new trend, or as I said, which happen more often than not, is a leading diagonal, because it's less clear, because in leading diagonal you will have contracting volume. I hope this is clear. If I look at Ethereum, it got a liquidity grab at 1668, almost to the dollar. Could go up because of it. Send it, dump it, pump it. Ethereum. Ethereum is not looking good. I mean, just looking at this volume here, the fact that we are not even, it's looking really weak. A lot of interest in the downtrend here. At best, as we still have a bit of contracting price action, you could see a landing diagonal, but again, we really have a lot of increasing volume here. A bit less than that last time, but it doesn't look very nice to me. Bullish divergence on the daily, okay. In 3 days. There is that. I kind of feel like, I don't know, there's somebody pushing it down right now. I'm not sure he found its liquidity yet. I don't know, you're looking at 66.6. A dangerous number. You remember last Friday or 2 Fridays ago, the last push came to 3 p.m. EST and the market reversed end of the cash session. Saying Michael. What can I say? I mean, it's not impossible. Really saying, I'm saying it each time, always. Everything is possible, all in trading, price action. Of course, better find a low while trading is open, because you know we don't really want to leave big gaps below us. Now it wouldn't mind to let a gap here if we really are going to 34k. I mean, right now CME is already closed. Yeah, so it wouldn't mind to let a big gap, even it's really huge, because I will still plan to go down then. And a gap doesn't mean that the price action can't continue. I mean, Bitcoin I've been trading way before there is a paper contract on it. It's trading 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. And the network never stops. Don't ignore your illustration. You put the spring there for a reason. Don't let the mind trick you. Pump it. Don't overthink it, bro. Exactly. 34. I'm not overthinking it. Thanks for your advice. You can read that along the spring there is a word that is in fact before the spring, which means show of weakness. We have a bit of a pump. A bit of a short squeeze. For now it just look corrective. Okay, squeeze more, yeah. Here's a pump. I saw it was 34k. I mean, I will need to see at least a bit of strength here. I don't mind longing if there's a show of strength, but I mean, we need to at least change the market structure here on the 15 minutes if we're calling it strength. And definitely not saying too long on the breakout, because most likely when we change the market structure, we go for a retrace. If we do this and I see 5 waves, I long here, I long tomorrow or after. I don't mind. Because for now this can retrace here and continue down and retrace here and continue down, and I've been scalping this move all the way. I will be doing it again maybe on the next one. I don't want to keep this here. Maybe on the last, I kind of feel that we'll take that low again, so. As I said, the count, where is the count? Low time frame count. So here I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's hide this for a minute. Could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there is overlapping. No, this can just be this. Unless. Yeah, because we have this. True. Okay. Could see this as a crappy corrective here, which means I just need to finish 5 waves from this swing high. So yeah, potentially finished or about. Actually not looking nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. What am I saying? Saying is this. potentially here going for a sub 2. I still don't know how to link this with the higher time frame counts, but why not? I'm not saying what I want to see. I got my spring, yes, but for now it's not a spring. It's not a spring until it recovers above the value area low. In the meantime, it can still be a show of weakness. Show of weakness, candle low, again, still a retrace to retest, to make a bearish retest. So we can pump. I mean, in this area, I will be in between. What I say, I think. If we do recover here, recover especially above value area low here, right? Let's make it fat. If we do recover above this level, okay, this starts to look a bit stronger. But while it stays below the POC, it's still in a pretty heavy bearish structure. Now, I wouldn't mind to long the next swing fair pattern if we get one. If we do. If we don't, I will long higher. I guess I will finish this video on here. It's a bit redundant now. I hope you know what to do. I'm definitely not saying it's not a good long here. As I said, this area is still a very interesting one for long, and it's not a place to be a seller. That's a certitude. I might go for another attempt at a long on a swing fair pattern or after a strength, and I will, if there is more clarity in this, I will do another video that I will post about, or at least share some chat on Twitter. But in the meantime, I'm not gonna be too much aggressive on the long side. Because there is no strong reason to. There is some. There is not strong reason. You know, it's like here. Or here. I wanted to see some sign of reversal. There's a lot of talking still. Yeah, Prem is without pulse, it's just bleeding, and all who longs just gamble. Yeah, I mean, you can long a downtrend and still make money. I've been catching several longs in this move and still go out positive. As long as you manage to catch very low and take profits quickly, it's okay. Short, I'm not even trapped. It could. I'm not saying it wouldn't. just have no certainty here. And so I'm gonna stop this here because I'm not saying anything interesting now. So I thank you for being watching. Again, I will update if I see things more clearly. I say that every long should be take with caution still, off with a weight of a sign of strength. I'm holding my short. If we climb POC, I will be more bullish. So 2 big level, very important, that are about 29,300 here on aggregate lead spot and 30,000. 2 main level of interest. Have a good weekend, everybody. Trade safe, and don't forget, the only thing we control in the market is how much we lose, so risk management is really important. Stay safe and see you soon. Bye.